Good afternoon, everyone. Colleen, your mayor here on the bright and balmy 31st of March 2020. It's been a very hectic month in our city, and I would just like to update you and maybe give out a few pointers as we're moving forward in this COVID-19 period of time. First off, I'd like to thank you to Paul from Shaw for being free to tape this morning. It's much appreciated. I'd also like to let you know that for one of the first times, I am actually reading off a script. It is just so that I don't get too totally off track and that I give you the much needed information that you're going to need. Not with saying that, there are still many of my opinions in here. Thank you. So I would also like to thank our city administration, the city staff, and the front line working from home, doing what has to be done to make the city of Thompson operate in these challenging times. I'd like to thank all the retail salespersons, grocery store staff, cleaning staff, restaurant workers, shelter workers, support staff, places of worship, Thompson Fire and Emergency Service, RCMP, doctors, nurses, hospital support staff, and all of you that go above and beyond. A big thank you. City measures, our facilities are closed to the public, but our non-recreational services are continuing as normal. In fact, many of us are working harder than ever. Our administration is working hard to ensure residents can still access services, stay informed during this difficult time. We've put some space between our public works staff, but we're still out and about clearing snow, opening catch basins in anticipation of spring, and repairing water breaks as needed. Thompson Fire and Emergency Services have split into 3 groups, one dedicated to respiratory-related calls. This is to help ensure that if one team is exposed to COVID-19, the rest of our emergency services can also keep operating. You can still call our front desk at 204-677-7910, email our staff, or ask us questions on social media. If you need to drop off an application or pay a bill, there's a drop box set up in the front entrance at City Hall where we're collecting mail and forms. The waste disposal ground is still open, although we're not accepting household hazardous waste at this time. And please bring the correct fee as we're striving to keep our employees safe. If you have questions, please don't approach our staff on the street directly. Practice good distancing. You can call any of the lines above that we mentioned, and we'll call you back in a timely manner. In times of crisis, the effect of misinformation and rumors can be devastating, and we've strived to ramp up our communication. On Thompson.ca, we've set up a hub for information that the city gathers from approved sites and sources to help reduce and inform the impact of COVID-19. It's on the front page of our website, Thompson.ca. Businesses are also changing. Working with CHTM and Thompson Chamber of Commerce, we've also set up a business and community listing to help residents know where services are available in Thompson, and this can change daily. The province and federal government have announced programs to help small businesses and families get through this time. EI has cut out the wait times. Please take advantage of these programs. In the coming weeks, we'll be launching a new blog to complement our quarterly newsletter, The Northerner, to make city news more accessible and bring it to you more often. Our biggest announcement last week was the launch of Thompson Connect, a new communication system for both emergencies and other important information. When you register online at Thompson.ca, you can choose what information you want and how you want to receive it, whether by text message, email, social media, or voice calls. It's connected to Canada's National Alert Ready emergency system, but locally. If we can keep you up to date about water breaks, road closures, and more. There are also registration forms in our front entrance at City Hall for you to fill out your information and drop back off. Most importantly, it lets us reach a large number of people by phone through automated calls. This way, in an emergency, we can reach vulnerable residents who aren't comfortable with digital technologies like the internet and social media. Thank you, Casper, and all those behind the scenes for the support of this. April 14th is our next scheduled council meeting. We're currently working on a framework for council and committee meetings. Manitoba Municipal Relations has stated that municipalities can host meetings and pass resolutions through teleconference and live streaming. We are looking into various options. Though Mayor and Council are not physically meeting, we are still discussing issues among ourselves by phone and email. City leadership is also part of daily meetings with the province of Manitoba to reinforce the issues we are facing in the north, including addictions, homelessness, self-isolating, distancing, and more. We have met and will continue to meet with partners including surrounding communities, chiefs and councillors, MKO, KTC, MMF, NCN, Valley, School District Mystery Lake, CMHA, NRHA, Chamber of Commerce, and others. When I say meetings, these are either conference calls, Zoom, Skype, or whatever kind of media. We also listen in or take part in all messages sent out by the province. There are live updates daily. Tune in and get information firsthand. COVID-19 is unlike anything ever unleashed in the modern world. And the fact there is no miracle cure leaves us in uncharted territory, especially in this part of the world. When Ebola hit so hard, by the time it hit the Americas, there was a vaccine. We sure showed SARS a thing or two. It didn't get here. Why? When H1N1 hit, it was brought under control before it got to us. COVID-19 knows no boundaries or barriers. And our lives are so encompassed every minute of every day. How can we believe that by doing nothing is the best that we can do? To those of you that are practicing the hand washing, the staying at home, the distancing, thank you. To those of you that are reaching out in any ways that you can to the community, thank you. For those of you that choose to believe you are not the problem because you're sure you haven't been anywhere or touched anything that could cause COVID-19, you are a problem. You go about your daily lives, touching door handles, picking through the fruit at the grocery store, going uptown 3 or 4 times a day, just to watch those that are the problem. Damn that person that just cost him you. How ignorant. Did you run home and shower? Did you go wash your hands after that happened? Or did you happen to just finish picking up a few more things at the store? Check on a friend, stop and chat, help out a senior. Maybe even you saw a grandbaby and kissed him. Those are all things that we cannot do in this time of the COVID-19. Please follow directions, wash your hands, keep your distance. It's what's going to save us all. If you live in the city, be it an apartment or a house, and your friends or relatives come from out of town or even across town, need a place to crash while grocery shopping or whatever, and you accommodate them, you are the problem. But they say, I'm from my home community just to shop. And the community is now in jeopardy because they have been out of it, touching anything, being in close contact with other people, and then going home to feel safe. That is a problem. Provincial directives say shop, keep your distance, go back to your safe place. When the province and health directive is sent to one person to send one person to the store, but we have all been locked up in the house together, so let's make it a shopping trip. You are the problem. The province tells us shopping is not a family affair. Leave the spouse and kids in the car if they're with you. Take the long way home if you need an outing. Go for a walk. Yes, there may be some of you that don't have a babysitter. Then keep your babies at your side, have a list, get what you need, and please get out. Get back home to your safe place. I've seen taxis with many people in them, and I've seen people standing in packs waiting for taxis. Self-distance, folks. And taxi drivers, please keep sanitation supplies handy. It takes 2 minutes to wipe down a back seat where passengers have been. It could save your life as well as someone else's. There are many more examples, but by now you have got my drift. We have no public health officer in Thompson due to COVID-19 travel issues. Our phone line is answered in Brandon, I am told. We have no one that you or I can call to respond to an issue. We are working on it, I hear. We need that warm body to go out and give the message when it needs to be given. When I am told our vulnerable persons are being kept inside, safe inside their respective units, and I see them wandering in groups, sharing a bottle, or going up to people asking for change, we need to come together, and we are coming together, networking so that everyone is safe. Again, it takes us all to do our part. When I hear we have to buckle down when it hits here, by then it will be too late. When I hear, I have to know how many cases are in the city so that we can be prepared. Again, that will be too late. We all have to look at as if every person we see has COVID-19. We have to wash our hands at every chance we get, every door handle we talk, every person we touch. Whenever we decide not to self-distance, that is every shopping cart. That is already, we need to go home, wash our hands, and stay home. Do I believe that as a collective we, and I mean even each and every one of us, is doing all we can to prevent COVID-19? No, I don't. As long as we are not all in this together, all practicing staying home, all only going out, then we have a problem. I posted the other day on my Facebook about how many times we wished we could spend more time at home with our families or be able to just do nothing. Well, folks, you should now make that time. Yes, it will be a lot of work for a lot of people, and it will challenge us. But if we, and again, that is the collective we, stay home, we will get through this. I love you all. Please wash your hands and do whatever it takes to bring you to a place you can be safe and protect others also. Was this a calming message? I hope not. I need you all to be at the top of your game. For that, we need to stay home. And don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what phones and all these great electronic inventions are for. If you want to be a part of the volunteer groups, helpnextdoor.mb.ca will give you a place to help. We use the provincial and city websites for your information. Please feel free to contact the city if you need further information. Thank you all. Have a great day. Wash your hands and self-distance and stay home. Thank you.